Warsaw, officially the capital city of Warsaw, is the capital and largest city of Poland. The metropolis stands on the river Vistula in east-central Poland, and its population is officially estimated at 1.86 million residents within a greater metropolitan area of 3.1 million residents, which makes Warsaw the sixth most populous city in the European Union. The city area measures 517 square kilometers and comprises 18 districts, while the metropolitan area covers 6,100 square kilometers. Warsaw is an alpha global city, a major cultural, political, and economic hub, and the country's seat of government. Warsaw's Old Town Marketplace is the center and oldest part of the Old Town of Warsaw, the capital of Poland. Immediately after the Warsaw Uprising, it was systematically blown up by the German army. After World War II, the Old Town Marketplace was restored to its pre-war appearance. The Old Town Marketplace is the true heart of the Old Town, and until the end of the 18th century, it was the heart of all of Warsaw. It originated in the late 13th century, at the same time that the city was founded. Here the representatives of guilds and merchants met in the town hall, and fairs and the occasional execution were held. The houses around it represented the Gothic style until the Great Fire of 1607, after which they were rebuilt in late Renaissance style, and eventually in late Baroque style by Tilman Gomurski in 1701. The main feature at that time was the immense town hall, reconstructed in 1580 in the style of Polish Mannerism by Antonio de Relia and again between 1620 and 1621. The architecture of the building was similar to many other structures of that type in Poland. It was adorned with attics and four side towers. A clock tower, embellished with an arcade loggia, was covered with a bulbous spire typical for Warsaw Mannerist architecture. The district was damaged by the bombs of the German Luftwaffe during the invasion of Poland. The ancient marketplace was rebuilt in the 1950s, after having been destroyed by the German army after the suppression of the 1944 Warsaw Uprising. Today it is a major tourist attraction. Sigismund's Column, originally erected in 1644, is located at Castle Square, Warsaw. Poland and is one of Warsaw's most famous landmarks as well as the first secular monument in the form of a column in modern history. The column and statue commemorate King Sigismund III Vasa, who in 1596 had moved Poland's capital from Krakow to Warsaw. On the Corinthian column, which used to be of red marble and is 8.5 m tall, a sculpture of the king, 2.75 m tall, in archaistic armor is placed. Sigismund's column now stands at 22 m and is adorned by 4 eagles. The king is dressed in armor, carries a cross in one hand, and wields a sword in the other. On September 1, 1944, during the Warsaw Uprising, the monument's column was demolished by the Germans, and its bronze statue was badly damaged. After the war, the statue was repaired, and in 1949, it was set up on a new column, made of granite from the Starego mine, a couple of meters from the original site. The original broken pieces of the column can still be seen lying next to the royal castle. The Nicholas Copernicus Monument in Warsaw is one of the Polish capital's notable landmarks. It stands before the Staszic Palace, the seat of the Polish Academy of Sciences on Królewski Pozymiejski. Designed by Bertel Thorvaldsen in 1822, it was completed in 1830. Thorvaldsen's original plaster model from 1822 and a smaller study from 1821 are both held by the Thorvaldsen Museum in Copenhagen. The monument features a bronze statue of Renaissance astronomer Nicholas Copernicus holding a compass and armillary sphere. The University of Warsaw Library. The library was founded in 1816 as a direct consequence of establishing the Royal Warsaw University. Samuel Linda, a linguist, lexicographer, educator and librarian, became its first director. The library initially housed mostly theological and historical books. The collection was however enlarged by papers from other scientific fields thanks to the right to receive legal deposits obtained in 1819. In 1831 the library, which served as a public library at that time, already housed 134,000 volumes of books, stored in Kazimierzowski Palace. Interior of the building, statues of philosophers of the Lwów Warsaw School, Kazimierz Twardowski, Jan Łukasiewicz, Alfred Tarski and Stanislaw Lesniewski. After the fall of the November uprising the same year, the institution had been closed, and most of the collection taken away by Russian authorities to St. Petersburg. In 1862, the university was reinstated in Warsaw under the name of Main School, and so was the library, which was renamed as the Main Library. The collection numbered 260,000 book volumes. In 1871, Main School became the Imperial University of Warsaw and the Main Library fell under the control of that university. The collection was growing constantly, and a much-needed new building was constructed in 1891-1894 at Krakowski Pozymiejski. The building was designed to fit 1 million volumes. Before the outbreak of World War I, the collection had grown to 610,000 volumes. During the war, some of the most precious books and manuscripts were taken away to Rostov-on-Don by fleeing Tsarist authorities. After the 1921 Treaty of Riga, most of the works were returned to Poland. At the outbreak of World War II, the library held about 1 million items. During the war, part of the most precious collections, 14% or 130,000 volumes, was damaged by fire. Thanks to the dedicated librarians, some of the library's resources survived the war after being walled in the basement. After the war, the library focused mainly on recovering its collections and acquiring new ones from abandoned properties of Germans and Polish nobility. During the first 5 post-war years, the library's collection increased by 350,000 volumes and remained the largest academic library in Poland. Unfortunately, communist authorities' deliberate reduction of funds for the university has automatically caused significant limitations in extending the library's resources. Until the end of 1990s, the library's poor accommodation situation corresponded with the difficulties in collecting, organizing, and circulating its collections. During the 1980s, the library was one of the prominent centers of free thought and activism. The members of anti-communist resistance, including the famous Solidarność movement, were frequent guests to the library. In the 1990s, a selection procedure for a new building was initiated. A design by architects Marek Budzinski and Zbigniew Badowski was chosen, and the new library building was opened on December 15, 1999. 6 months before, on June 11, 1999. The building was blessed by Pope John Paul II. On June 15, 2001, President of the United States, George W. Bush, gave a speech in the new library building to the university community and the residents of Warsaw.